All right. Now, hopefully we were working. All right, all right, all right. Get this to work. It'd be great. We can get started. We can get rolling. Get some people in here. What's up, everybody? See a couple guys coming in here. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty here on my end. I hope. Let's see if my Wi-Fi doesn't act stupid. For some reason, somebody leave me a comment in the chat section. Say what's up. For some reason, I'm not seeing the comments, and it's rather irritating. What's up? Let me try this. Jesse, what's up? I see somebody commenting. Thank you for commenting. I wasn't seeing comments, and I was like, what in the world's going on here? What's up? What's up? Who else is in here tonight? Get a couple more people in here. We'll get going. I know somebody else is watching, but they ain't saying nothing. They're over there hiding in the corner. Let me try to swap screens over here. I'm working on my phone because I'm blind and can't see comments or anything that far. So it's easier for me to look at my phone. What's up there, PGH Bottom Feeders? What's up, man? What's up, Nathan? Yeah. Bear with me here. We're going to get started, get going, and do this. If my phone will cooperate with me. If I can get my fat fingers from tapping on my phone away too. How is everybody tonight? What are y'all up to? Who's been out fishing? There we go. So we got 5 people in here. I want to get a few more. Want to get a couple more. Man, PGH, be between work and traveling, work and my kids, I haven't been able to do anything. I normally upload a video every Wednesday, and I didn't get to get one up this week. I've got video on my computer to edit, but you know how that is. I just haven't had time. I worked probably right at 70 hours this week, and had to run out of town today and come back, so I haven't been able to. It's been nonstop, 100 miles an hour, and I said, you know what, the heck with it. I'm going to sit down and do a live feed, just nothing really formal, just hang out and talk about fishing, you know, get some guys talking about it. See, there's a couple guys in here watching. Y'all throw a comment up. Who all's in here? What's everybody up to? I'm ready to get out and fish, but man, it's like work keeps getting in the way or something. What's up, Bass Elite? I'm looking at my phone, so I need to hold my phone where I can see it. Joker Boys, what's up, man? But I'm ready to go fish. It finally warmed up a little bit today, and I was out of town on the road driving all day and didn't even get to. What's up, Brian? Working all the time, man. Working all the time. I definitely hear you. I mean, if I'm not working the past 2 weeks, I'm working or I'm doing something with my kids. I mean, it's just been crazy. Crazy, crazy. And I'm ready for a break. I'm ready for a break out there on the water fishing, catching something. Jesse said bass fishing is tough. Jesse, where are you from? I know I've seen a couple of posts on Instagram and a couple of posts on Facebook from some local guys that I know where I live. And there's been a couple that have been catching a few decent ones here this past week. But nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying if they're moving in here or they're still deep or nothing. You know, everybody wants to be secretive around where I live. What's up, Midwest Bass Hunter? How are you doing? I don't understand the secret of, you know, sharing if they're. I understand the secret of sharing spots. I'm pretty adamant about that myself. I'm not big on sharing my spots, but if they're deep or shallow, I mean, you know, what does it matter? Midwest Bass Hunter, you been out fishing yet? I've been so busy I hadn't been able to. I mean, dang, I'm ready for work to slow down. Where I work, usually about October until March is our busiest time of the year. And I'm ready for it to slow down. Oh, man. Y'all keep that ice. It hasn't gotten icy here in North Texas, but it has been down in the 20s many mornings, and I'm not liking that too much. I'm ready for summer here. I'm ready for the warm weather. Who else is hiding out in here? Joker Boy says waiting for February 28th on Fairfield. That's a lake actually I've never fished, and I want to go down there and fish it. Yeah, I wish I could fish in that tournament. Or a lot of you other guys that aren't local to me, Joker Boys, I don't even know who that is. Obviously, it's one of my local guys because it's Lake Fairfield, not far from us. They're having a tournament in a couple weeks down there. From all the reports I've seen, it looks like it's a pretty decent lake to fish. Jesse, you're from Oklahoma. Ah, Randy, see, I had you in my mind a second ago when you had that big chunk up. I'm not gonna say where, it really doesn't matter, but when you were holding that big nice chunk you caught the other morning, you're actually who I had in mind, but I didn't think you'd be in here. I need to go fish with you one day. Or at least I'd like to. I'd probably learn something from you. I'm just a rookie out here trying to learn. Jesse, what part of Oklahoma are you from? Different Randy, okay. My mistake then. Man, I'm so sick of the cold. Nathan said he hates the cold. I'm so sick of the cold. My body doesn't even like the cold. I had to go to work. Many of y'all that really watch my channel, y'all probably know I work at night. And I'm in and out of the office where I work. Sometimes I'm out in the cold, sometimes I'm in. Just walking outside, I'm like, man, I don't even want to go. I was wondering the same thing about Elite Bass Stick. He needs to put a video up. He keeps watching all of us, but and commenting on all our stuff. He needs to put some videos up. He's back there studying. He's gonna come out with one video and probably have 1 million views. Who else is in here? What's going on? Like I said, guys, a couple of y'all joined a little late. Nothing really formal, anything tonight. I just wanted to sit down and take a breather for myself a few minutes and talk bass fishing. You know, nothing really, in particular, but just to hang out and talk about what everybody's doing, talk about fishing, what's everybody looking forward to, or what, there's a few guys that actually have gotten out and fished, uh, what's it been like, are they moving in yet? No, they're not moving in yet because it's too daggum cold, but Midwest Bass Hunter, I'm right there with you. I kid you not. He comments on my videos. He comments on your videos. He comments on everybody that we watch together in the whole community. Every time I go to comment on a video, I see his comment. At least Elite Bass does definitely he at least skims through our videos and supports. And I appreciate it. Who is fishing the tournament this weekend? Shoot, I'm working this weekend. My weekend to work. Not me. I wish. Need to learn how to turn notifications off on my phone. Man, live streams, PGH live streams will help. I do know that. I've never been ice fishing. I don't know that I'd really want to go. I just my old body don't like the cold. I can stand out. I can stand out on a 100-degree day. Yeah, it's hot. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not the most comfortable, but I can take it better than I can take these freezing cold temperatures. My body don't like them. Broken Bow. Well, Jesse, if you know, well, I'll just say far north Fort Worth, because you probably don't know where Haslett is. Close to, not close, but not far from the NASCAR Speedway, if that tells you where I'm at. I couldn't imagine, well, yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine ice fishing. I don't think I could do it. PGH Bottom Feeder said, I will be going to the Catfish Conference in Louisville, Kentucky next weekend. That's probably pretty cool. I'm not a big catfish guy. I've caught a few. When I was a kid, we used to go catfishing all the time, but I've just been into bass fishing the last probably 10 plus years, and it's just, I enjoy it more, but I bet that'll be a cool show to go to. Midwest Bass Hunter says, I got an insulated shack with a propane heater, fishing a sweatshirt or t-shirt. Yeah, I'd be afraid that that little heater would melt the ice and my big butt be falling through the ice. Nathan Phillips asked, how big was your first you ever caught in your life? First, when I was a kid, I think I caught a perch. So, maybe a half a pound. I did catch it was a 6 foot, I'm trying to remember. I believe it was 6 foot. It's alligator gar when I was 13 or 14, and I had help. Debo, what's up, Debo? Debo in the house. Dude, you always got to get your hair cut. I ain't gonna take my hat off. I don't want to blind you. I got a bald head. I shave it. It's cheaper for me too. What is everybody else's first fish to ever catch? What's shaking? Nothing, man. Work. That's why I was just telling the guys, Debo, just work. I worked like 70 hours this week. Between my regular job and doing stuff on the side. It's been nonstop. And I'm ready for a break. I'm ready to be able to get out and fish. Devo's got an awesome channel. Y'all go check it out. I'm looking at my phone reading the comments because I can't read up here because I'm blind. I should be wearing my glasses, but I really don't. I don't like wearing my glasses. I'm not used to them, and they bug me, and I don't. But anyhow, so that's why I'm holding my phone reading your comments. I'm not ignoring y'all by looking down. I'm reading the comments. Anyhow, PGH bottom feeders. I can't say that right for some reason. Said he just subscribed to Debo's Fishing. If y'all haven't checked out Debo's Fishing, he's got some really good informative videos. 10 times better than mine. He's got a really good channel. Y'all go check him out. Actually, y'all go check out everybody's channels, you know. If you haven't, go check out, you know, each other's channels out and subscribe, because everybody has great content of their own in their own way. Jason says he's going to go chase crappie this weekend in the rain. It's actually supposed to rain for like the next 4 days too down here. I was just watching the weather earlier, and they said like the next 4 to 5 days, Texas and Oklahoma are going to get hit with rain, which we need it. I'm not going to complain. We need it bad. £14 carp. You know what? I don't think I've even caught a carp ever. So to catch a 14-pound carp, my age, I'd probably have a heart attack. Pittsburgh bottom feeders. That makes sense. All right, all right. Man, I appreciate that, Debo. I just tell it how I see it. You know, you have a great channel. You put a little more inspiration in it than I do. You just have a better art at it than I do. I'm just plain Jane, straightforward kind of guy. I appreciate it though. Big Bass, Midwest Bass Hunter is 7.7. Nathan Phillips asks, so where do you like to go fishing at, and what kind of fish do you fish for? Well, I mainly fish on the bank for right now because I haven't had a boat, and I actually just got a John boat just a couple days ago. So I got a project that it's a used one that needs some TLC, so I got to work on it and get it fixed up. But I mainly fish for largemouth bass myself for the most point, and anywhere I can get the fish and catch them. It was on a jig with a crawl trailer, just dragging real slow on the bottom. And actually was in a friend of mine's boat, and we were in about 20 foot of water at the time. It was just a solid fish. I wish I could catch another one that size. I would want to keep it and mount it on the wall. £3 smallmouth. I've never even caught a smallmouth. Texas doesn't have a whole lot of lakes with smallmouth in them, and that's something I do want to do this year, is catch a smallmouth. My favorite way to catch a bass. Oh man, there's so many. There's so many ways. Really, I'm a jig guy by far more than anything. I make my own jigs, and uh, come to Lake Belton for smallmouth. I do need to come down there. Debo, probably a jig, and the next would be, you know, something nice and light on a stealth reel. But a jig and actually, honestly, a spinnerbait. A spinnerbait has been probably one of my most confident lures ever since I was a child, and I've got a few boxes of them. Matter of fact, my old lady was giving me a hard time last week. I was cleaning out some tackle and organizing some stuff. She said, "You sure do have a lot of jewelry over there." I said, "What do you mean I got a lot of jewelry?" So, well, what's all them flashy things? It was all my spinnerbaits. That Murder Inc. What's up? Weedless too, yes. And the stealth, yeah, dude. Wow. By far, the stealth reel, in my opinion, out of all the casting reels, which I've only used 3 different ones, but out of the ones I've used, the stealth is legit. I mean, that is where it's at. The stealth reel is, man. Finesse Midwest Bass Hunter said he loves finesse soft plastics and then crankbaits, spinnerbaits. Well, pretty much all lures. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. Anything that will catch a bass, I'm willing to throw and try, except for a square bill. I don't like square bills because I just haven't had any luck with them. It's not a confident lure, and I've got a box probably with your main average colors, but to me that's just like a rake. Especially if you're throwing anywhere near grass, that's just a rake, and I'm not going to fool with a rake. I'm gonna, I don't know. I've gotten aggravated with a square bill too many times and never had any luck with it. Um, it's just not one of the ones that I'm confident about. Pittsburgh Bottom Feeder said I'm shooting for 1,600 subscribers before the end of the month. Dude, you'll get there. Just keep doing what you're doing. You'll get there. What kind of jigs do you use and plastic do you use? I actually thought I was cleaning some stuff today because I'm fixing to go out of town on a fishing trip next week, and I thought I had one here. I'll probably put it up. Uh, Nathan Phillips said, "What kind of jigs do you use, and what plastics do you use?" Really depends on, in my opinion, for me, it depends on a lot of things. Really, I mean, what you're fishing in. Are you fishing on rocks? Are you fishing through grass? Are you fishing through timber and wood? Um, if it's rocks, I'm going to throw a football head jig. It doesn't matter if it's shallow or deep. If it's shallow, I'm going to, go down in size. I'm going to throw a 1/4 ounce. If it's deep, I'm going to go up 1/2 ounce or a little bit bigger, but generally a 1/2 ounce. If there's grass, man, I love a vibrating jig or a chatterbait in grass. It's the same thing. I mean, it's a jig. Uh, Plastics, always a crawl type trailer. Pretty much 99% of the time for me on a jig it's a crawl type trailer. Now, if I'm around wood, I'm gonna throw a brush head jig or some call it a casting jig, and usually it's just a crawl trailer. Um, I'll throw a swim jig around grass also, but I'll put a paddle tail, like a little small 3.5 paddle tail on a swim jig. Midwest Bass Hunter said the square bills work great up north. We don't have as much grass though. They're my favorite crankbait. See, they're great for a lot of people. There's guys down here that love them. I just have never had that much luck and just really not that confident with them. But, I mean, I'm still gonna keep trying. I think I've caught two small like 1.5 pounders on a square bill, and it's just not my confident lure. But I'm gonna keep throwing it from time to time and see if I can get better with it. What is your guys' favorite lure? What is y'all's most confident lure that you will throw year round? What y'all got? Oh yeah, definitely bang them off the rocks. I wish I had those jigs in here. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think I have one that I made. It's hiding. Yeah, this is a old casting jig. Here's a football head jig, but it doesn't have a skirt on it. A lot of guys call these a banana jig or a casting jig. I always call them a casting jig. The skirt's kind of jacked up on this one, but you can see that's it right there. I pretty good luck with those. Midwest Bass Hunter said, "Wacky rig or Necro rig? Do you sell your jigs?" I used to, man, and I really got out of it because I wanted to do YouTube and not really to do YouTube to make money because I'm not making any money yet. I I enjoy photography. I do a lot of photography stuff. along with fishing. So why not put the two and two together? And so I just pretty much stopped doing that. I mainly was making them for my local guys around me for a couple of years, and I still got local guys that bug me. Can you make me some jigs? Can you make me jigs? I'm like, dude, I don't do it anymore. And heck, I need to do them for myself. I've got a big trip coming up here in about 2 weeks, and I'm gonna need some. So I'm gonna have to get out there this week or by this next week and get some made for this trip. I need to make some though and just do a giveaway. That's what I need to do. Man, Joker boys, I fished Joe Pool when I had my boat in the late 90s, literally 3 days a week, sometimes four. Because I've always worked at night. I would get off, go home, hook the boat, go straight to the lake, fish for 2 or 3 hours, go home, go to bed. Joe Pool, my two biggest things I've caught lures on, and you probably might even laugh at me. Number one's a spinner bait, and number two is a jig. That's the only things I've had good luck with out there. Devo's Fishing said, my favorite way to catch bass is on a frog, my confident bait, Texas rig craw or beaver. I went to, there's not a lot of cover in a lot of the small bodies of water that I fish. So throwing a frog sometimes is really just wasting your time, in my opinion, because there's no cover really in a lot of those spots. But I went to a friend's pond. He has a bunch of land and threw a frog one day. And I want to say I was out there 4 or 5 hours and I probably caught 30, 35 bass. And I mean, nothing huge, no lunkers or nothing, but it was like every time I threw that frog, let it sit for just a couple seconds, and the first pop, they were freaking nailing it. And I just kept moving. Man, it was fun. I want to go do that again. I mean, that's how much fun. I think the biggest thing I caught all day was probably 3 pounds, but I didn't care because I was catching fish all freaking day. Ethan Phillips said, "Hey, are you going to make more videos and do more challenges and giveaways this summer?" Well, yes, I'm going to make more videos because that's what I do. Because I enjoy doing it, and that's my passion is photography and doing and videos and stuff. Challenges, I don't really do many challenges. I never really have. Giveaways, yes, I probably will be doing one before too long. Midwest Bass Hunter, appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Joker Boy said, my biggest is 8 pounds of Joe Pull on a wacky Cinco. I fish it all the time. Man, there's so many people that throw Cincos all the time, though. That's why I'm just like, I want to throw something different. I'm going to have to go down there and try that then. My question now is deep or shallow on Joe Pull? Are you going to give me that one? Devos, is this still iced up there in Iowa? Both, okay. All right. Well, I know a lot of the coves and the creeks where I've had good luck at the right time when they're moving in, and they're in shallow waters. And I know a couple of spots where it's, the fish deep, but just wasn't sure. Devo, y'all got 3 or 4 more weeks before it starts warming up. Dang. 8 pounds out of 2 foot of water. You gotta love that. I caught and you'll know the creek. I'm sure there's a name for it. We always call it the Timber Creek. But you leave out of Lynn Creek Marina, go around the bridge, and the creek are immediately on the right where all the timber is. I caught a 6 pounder out of the trees in there one day on a spinnerbait too. Man, another month? Wow, dude. I know you're gonna be going crazy. I flip pitch down the hall. I'll sit there and tie a jig on and I'll flip it down the hall. We got a long hallway that goes down our house. I'll flip it down the hall, chasing my boy. And then the cat will come in there and run and chasing my jig when I'm pulling it back to me. Jungle Boys, yes. The problem with that, once you get into those trees, I can't really explain the right path, but if you've got electronics, you'll find it. There's a channel that runs in those trees, and it stays about 10, depending on how high the water level is on the lake. Usually on average, when I've been there, it's always been about 10 foot. But you stay in that creek, in that channel, you can run all the way to the back of them trees. If you go outside that channel, you're in like a foot of water in some areas, a foot to 2 foot of water. But if you stay in that channel, it'll ease all the way to the back. And I want to say I caught it probably halfway back through those trees. And I think we were in the channel, and then we turned and came out, and I marked 4 foot of water from right where I caught it. There's a lot of crappie in there too. I'm just not a huge crappie fisher. I'll eat it all day long, but I'm not a huge crappie fisher. A lot of the kayak guys are loving that creek. Yep. I've caught a few on that point too, coming into it. When you're coming into the trees, there's a point right there on the left side. I've caught quite a few on that point at the right time of the year. Debo, gotta get the kids to bed. Yeah, I need to go to bed here in a minute too. All right, man. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out, man. Wasn't nothing special tonight. Just wanted to hang out and talk bass fishing for a little bit because I hadn't been able to go fish, so I'm going crazy. Definitely appreciate it, brother. Joker Boys, you fish Arlington? Heck yeah, Debo. All day, every day. Not a lot. I fished it twice, I think. Fished a tournament last year and just got our butt handed to us. Brian asked, when are you fishing again? Well, if I can, I'm going to go tomorrow for a few minutes. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to. If I don't go tomorrow, then I'm going to go Sunday. Probably for a little bit after I get off of work Sunday morning. And then it's supposed to be raining all freaking week. But the weekend after, I'm going out of town for a fishing trip with some guys. So, but all I have right now is a John boat, and it's under construction. So I'm not even going to be able to hit a lake right now. But soon, real soon, I am going. Like I said, in 2 weeks, I'll be going out of town with a good friend of mine, and I don't want to reveal where we're going, but we're going to what's pretty much said a fairly good place to go fish. Brian, where are you from? Oh, that's right. You said Lake Belton. So you're down around Temple area. I need to come down to Lake Belton and fish. I'm gonna catch me a smallmouth. That's what I want to do. I want to catch smallmouth, and from what I've been told, if I understand correctly, you can catch them on jigs pretty good. I don't know, because I'm no professional. I don't even know. I've never caught a smallmouth. But if I can catch a smallmouth on a jig, I'll be making a dozen jigs and take with me. Ah, Okay. Yeah, well, I had a terrible day. We had a terrible day on Arlington that day. Didn't catch a thing. I think Bobby caught two small ones. I want to go back to Arlington though. And that was a tough lake. I mean, I had a couple friends tell me that they'd fished tournaments there quite a bit. They've told me, this is spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot's good spots. And I know that the spots they told me are good spots because I've seen, like the other Randy you said, he's catching them up down there all the time. And there's a couple other guys I know that catch them down there. So I know we were in the spots, just we weren't throwing the right thing that day. That was a tough day. Well, Brian, you ever come up here to DFW, man, give me a shout. If you know ahead of time, we'll get together and go fish. Well, shoot, guys, I'm going to get out of here and get my kids wrapped up and get them to bed and get them ready for school tomorrow and get my butt headed that way myself. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out and just shooting the bull. That's all it was really about. It wasn't nothing special. Appreciate y'all, guys. Y'all take it easy.